Hi, and welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore. I am the founder of Food Truck Training Group on Facebook, co-owner with my beautiful wife, Melissa, of our own food truck. It's called Food Truck 101. And I am the executive director of the National Street Food Vendor Association, which is a nonprofit dedicated to education, advocacy, and uplifting all food vendors. Today, I'm going to be talking about 6 tiny guest service habits that will make you more memorable than every other food truck out there. But before we do that, I want to talk to you about the Food Truck Owners Expo that's going to be held in Orlando, Florida this year, November 12th and 13th, this year being 2024. I'll be giving 2 classes at least, maybe more, as well as being a part of the Campfire Networking Lounge where you guys can sit down and ask me questions or just listen to the topic at hand for that particular segment. The Houston, Texas Food Truck Owners Expo just concluded a couple of weeks ago and it was awesome. You guys need to come to Orlando. It's going to be amazing. It'll be bigger and better. If you want to buy those tickets, go to ftoexpo.com. Place that order today, and when you do, put in the code FTTG15 for a 15% discount. I hope to meet every single one of you guys in Orlando. Come go to the expo and then go to Disney World or Universal, go to SeaWorld, have a great time. November is a perfect time to be going to any of those parks. So please come visit me at the Food Truck Owners Expo. I also want to thank Table Needs for sponsoring this episode of the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. Table Needs is a full-service POS system capable of handling your busy food truck, cash, credit card, and reporting needs. Check out the link in the description for more information about Table Needs. So our topic today is going to be 6 tiny habits that are going to make you more memorable than your competition. As a food truck owner, exceptional guest service is what sets you apart from the competition. I talk about guest service, talk about speed of service. I talk about that a lot. Simply because I know that out of the things that are going to make you be successful, guest service is right there. You have quality, service, cleanliness, and then community. You got to do those 4 things consistently, and they're in order of importance. You got to have quality or people just ain't coming back. If you don't have good guest service, people ain't coming back. You don't have good cleanliness, people certainly aren't coming back because you're probably making them sick. And then if you don't build a community, people don't know you exist in the first place. So those 4 things got to happen. So we're focused on guest service. This one should go without saying. But when we went to the Houston version of the Food Truck Owners Expo, we went to a big food truck park. There were 18 other food trucks around. You've got to greet every single guest warmly. You got to make them feel appreciated, like you're excited that they're there. I went to many food trucks, and without exception, step up to the window and no greeting, no nothing. Or it was a boring, what can I get for you? Or they would just stand there and let me start speaking. Hi, welcome to the food truck. Would you like to try? And then whatever your signature item is, you fill in that blank. If your food truck has a specific name, give that. I worked at McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Rax, Hardee's, Shoney's. Every single one of those, we said the name of the business. You seat the door at Shoney's. We didn't have any kind of speaker system for a drive-thru. We didn't have a drive-thru. We didn't have a counter where people stepped up and said, hi, welcome to Shoney's. Everyone that came through the front door, welcome to Shoney's. How many guests are in your party today so I know how big of a table to seat you at? But it was, hi, welcome to Shoney's. Go to Burger King, go through the drive-thru. Hi, welcome to Burger King. Would you like to try a Whopper value meal today? That's a greeting. Say it like you're a radio announcer. I heard that so many times. You sound just like a radio announcer. That's because I want you to feel the excitement. I'm so glad you're here because guess what you're doing? You are signing my paycheck. If you weren't here, I would have to be worried about how I'm getting paid. Greet every guest warmly. Sound excited that they're there. First impressions matter. And whether it's the 10th time you greeted them or the first, they remember it. That warm greeting, that friendly greeting, it sets the tone for the rest of their experience with you. When you don't talk to them and just expect them to start saying what they want, when you don't make eye contact, you don't smile, you don't act happy that they're there, you set the example for how the rest of the meal is going to be. So they're already looking for reasons not to eat with you. The food ain't going to save it. You could have the perfect food, but if the service is rude, people ain't going to come back. That should be simple. But you would be surprised. Again, go to 18 food trucks, only 1 greeted me. So 17 of them had a chance to impress a new guest and chose not to. So your action step, I'm going to give homework. Train your team, train yourself to greet every single guest enthusiastically as they approach the food truck. So if there's no line, out of all of those food trucks I mentioned at that one food truck park, none of them had a line. So they had time to pay attention by looking out the window and grabbing people as they walked by. Not a one of them did. Most of them were on their phones, and I know they weren't texting about, hey, we need business, come on down and see us. They were chatting about anything else except the business they were doing or trying to do. Greet every guest with enthusiasm because they're signing your paycheck. Be attentive and listen. And I like to say, you shut up. Hi, welcome to the food truck. Would you like to try? And whatever your signature item is, and then as soon as you give them that signature item, you shut up. You let them speak. Active listening means you're paying attention. How do you prove that you actively listened? Once they pause and you feel like they've completed the order, you're going to say, okay, I have your order as signature item A, signature item B. Would you like side item A to go along with that? Would you like a drink to go along with that? So you're rounding out the order, suggests the selling. You only do that once, but you also, by reading back the order, show that you paid attention and you're verifying you got the thing right. This habit ensures accuracy. I cannot stress that enough. It ensures accuracy. I go to a funnel cake truck in Houston, Texas. One of the people that was sitting at our table went to a funnel cake truck, and got an awesome looking funnel cake that came down. It had salted caramel on it, had ice cream on it. It was a funnel cake. It looked really good. I love salted caramel. So as soon as I got done eating my Philly cheesesteak with Caribbean jerk chicken inside of it, which was absolutely amazing. Thank you, Big Papa Jerk. I do appreciate it. I got up and went to this funnel cake truck. I knew the funnel cake truck because some of my people that I work with talked about this funnel cake truck as being an awesome funnel cake truck. So I get up there. They don't greet me. They don't have the least bit of care and concern about taking care of anybody. So I placed my order, and they're not Hispanic, so they understood me perfectly, gave me the wrong order. All I wanted was a funnel cake with the salted caramel and then ice cream. That's all I wanted. It was one of their signature items. They gave me the wrong product. They weren't paying attention because I interrupted them playing Flappy Birds or something on their cell phone. So your homework, your action step, practice paying attention to your own guests. Practice it with your team if you're not the cashier. Make sure that they are making eye contact, they are nodding, they are repeating back the entire order, and they're smiling. Their voice should smile. It should sound like they are happy and enthusiastic to see somebody. You got to remember your regular guests. They've got a name, use it. Find out when you see them that second time and you recognize them and go, hey, you've been here before. My name is Bill. What's your name again? Help me to remember you. You want to recognize those folks, and if they order the same thing every time, then say, going to have the usual today? Let them know that you've paid attention and you know they order the same thing. We have people that come up to our food truck, and one of the gentlemen orders a sausage, egg, and cheese on a muffin, a bacon, egg, and cheese on a muffin, and a sausage patty for his dog. And we've gotten to call that whole order, I want the same old. So every time he steps up, I say, Ron, you want the same old? And he says, yep, I do. So we know exactly what to make. Conversation is super quick because he is a consistent guest at the food truck. So you got to remember them, remember their name, and then remember what they order if they order the same thing all the time. Pay attention to those guests because they like being addressed by their name. The best thing that people like to hear is their own name used in a positive way. So here's your homework. Create a system for remembering your regular guests and their preferences. If you have to write it down, then write it down. Most likely you're using a tablet to be your POS system. Get out of the POS system and go to a note-taking app and write down notes about your guests. The next thing I want you guys to remember is to go the extra mile. So many people in this business are afraid to go the extra mile because they're worried about how much it costs. Exceeding your guest expectations through small, thoughtful gestures leave a lasting impression. This could be offering a complimentary sample of something new that you're starting. Could just be giving them some extra napkins. You say, I know it's going to be a messy sandwich. Here's a little bit extra for you. Could just be giving them a sincere compliment. We have a guest that comes up here about once a week. They have been struggling with their weight, and they've been doing many, many different things. They eat our keto bowl because it helps them to stay away from carbs. And eventually it started working. Not that they were eating our food, but their overall diet, because again, they only come see us once a week. Their overall diet was starting to pay off, and they were losing some weight. And I noticed. And you'd have thought that I had given her $1 million because of the smile on her face. Somebody took notice that her diet was paying off. Pay attention to your guests. It doesn't cost you anything. Remember, a small gesture can be a huge deal to someone else. You might think, this is no big deal. Just put that smile on other people's faces. It doesn't cost you anything. And it helps them to remember that you exist and that you're now a special business to them. Handle complaints gracefully. This is the hardest thing that people do, because as soon as somebody comes up and complains, they look for the excuse. They look for the, no, it's not me. They become defensive. Feedback is feedback. A complaint is feedback. Hello? They're helping you to get better. They care enough about your business to tell you, hey, dude, something's not right today. I want to come back tomorrow, but I'd like you to know what happened so it doesn't repeat itself tomorrow. And that's a sign of maturity. If your first thought when someone steps up to you with a complaint is, well, there's some other vendor, they're just complaining, I don't make mistakes, our food is perfect, as soon as you start with that, you've lost the game. So if that's your attitude now, just save yourself a whole bunch of frustration in the future, sell your equipment, get out of the business. I can promise you, I've been doing this a long time. Since 1977, there have been complaints, especially early on, that I hated hearing. And I would look for those that say, it can't be us. You must have got your burger from somebody else. I've had phone calls where people called me up, hey, I went through your drive-thru and I got this, and this, and it was wrong. And then I go, okay, what time did you come in? I want to find out who handed out that order. I want to teach the employees, blah, blah, blah. And then they would tell me, and I'd go look it up on the detail tape, and they weren't here. They went to one of our other stores, but they called the first number that came up, because they were mad. They didn't realize that, oh, I went to 4th Avenue and I'm actually calling the store in Pea Ridge. But that doesn't mean every complaint is not about you. You can't assume that it's, you didn't make the mistake, someone else did. So what I would do when I would get those complaints, because it still was a complaint about our company, is I would make it right. Hey, you called the store up in Pea Ridge, come on down. I'll fix it for you. And then I'll let the guys in 4th Avenue or 5th Avenue or wherever store you went to know what happened so that they can train their employees to become better employees. Thank you for the feedback. Yes, it cost me some money in my restaurant, but I'm saving the brand. So look at your overall picture when someone complains and handle them gracefully. The steps are listen, apologize, satisfy, and thank. Listen means you shut up. Let them vent. Let them tell you what's wrong. Listen for things that make sense to your business that you can correct if there's something they're talking about procedure-wise that was messed up. And then the next step after you listen, apologize. Doesn't mean you're sorry, because you're not sorry. You apologize for the inconvenience. You apologize for what they experienced, and you express empathy. I understand how you feel. I would feel the same way if that happened to me the way you described it. Doesn't mean that you're saying that what they described is accurate. You're just saying that you would act the same way if what they described happened to you. You're not admitting that you did anything wrong. Lawyers hate that, but lawyers aren't the ones paying your bills, are they? So listen, apologize, satisfy. What can I do today to make this up to you so that you'll want to come back and visit me again tomorrow? People just want to be heard. Then they want to know you're going to make it right. Make it right. Satisfy them. And you thank them. Thank you so much for bringing this to my attention. We're going to endeavor to not let this kind of mistake happen again. Thank you for helping me to improve my business, because that's what they did. They helped you to improve if you accept the complaint as something that you can take action on and improve. But if you start defending yourself because it wasn't me, well, you're just stupid, that was hot. And yes, I have had hot food brought back and they complained about it being cold. They think it's cold, that's all that matters. Refund it and move on. Quit being afraid of, I'm not going to refund that, I ate half of it. Well, good for you. Refund it anyway. Quit being a wimp over pennies, because when you clutch those pennies so tight you can't grab the 5s and the 10s and the 20s falling all around you because you're holding those pennies so tight. When you refund something, you're not refunding the full price as far as your profitability goes. They order a $10 sandwich, it didn't cost you $10 to produce it. So quit whining about, I gotta give them $10 back. I can't afford that. If you're running your food costs the way you should, you only are losing $2.50. You were already there anyway. You were already there paying your employees, so you didn't lose anything except $2.50. You're whining over $2.50. Handle complaints gracefully. Here's your action step. Train your team on effective complaint handling techniques. Listen, apologize, satisfy, thank. And you want to ensure that they feel confident and empowered to solve a problem when it comes up. You cannot teach your employees that if somebody complains, you got to come get me. So now you have made the guest experience something bad, have to go relate that to an employee. So now they've had to experience it again. And then you want to come up and listen to the complaint yet a third time. Take out the step. You have the authorization to do anything to make this right with the guest except refund money. If they need a refund and you feel it's worthy, you come get me and I'll make the refund happen. And then what you do is you step up and say, I understand you've had a problem and our solution is to refund your money. We're going to make that happen. Let me get the money and refund it. And don't whine about $20 because it's not. It's your food cost. Quit whining about it because you have other people to take care of, and be thankful that they cared enough about your business to give you feedback. Now, if you think the feedback is unjustified, you need to re-examine your own thought processes. Most people are not out to take advantage. Yes, there are some, and you'll recognize those really quickly. You want to show genuine appreciation. Expressing gratitude for your guests when they come to your business is important. You want to leave that positive, lasting impression. It fosters loyalty when you show them sincere appreciation that they showed up. Hey, this is the third time you come in this week. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. So make it a habit. Thank your guests sincerely, emphasizing your appreciation for their choices at dining at your food truck. A little appreciation goes a long way. People like being noticed. People like hearing their name. Thank you so much, because they come that frequently that you notice, and you better know their name. That's important. So if you incorporate these little things I've been talking about today into your daily routine, you're going to create a memorable experience for your guests. If they remember you, that's worth millions in marketing. And they remember you not because you posted on social media today, but they remember you because how you treated them when they came up to the food truck. Thank you guys so much for listening to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. Please take a moment to follow our podcast. And if you really, really like what we do, support us. There's going to be links in the description to help make that happen. Every little bit does help keep us going. Thank you guys so much. And then until next time, you guys have a profitable day.